Hey guys, so today I thought I would talk about 5 brands at Sephora that you should avoid if possible. Sephora just got a bunch of new brands and a lot of them are wonderful and great and good and just nice products. But there's several brands and a couple of these brands fit in with each other in certain ways, but there's 5 brands in my opinion you should not waste your money on and why. And this first brand I mentioned in an anti-haul and then I did a little bit more digging on it. And I've got some good reasons why you shouldn't buy this brand and 4 other brands. And then a few brands that are worth buying from Sephora. So, first off, matter of fact, it's a new brand that just came to Sephora. It's actually founded by Paul Baek, which is a former K-pop musician. And actually, there's an interview. I'll try and remember to link to it. It's very cringeworthy with him. And in my opinion, this brand is just a crystal clear money grab. No doubt in my mind. If you like it and works for you, go for it. Go for any of these brands if they work for you, but I'm going to give you some reasons why you should avoid them, and there's other things that are better and work better and more affordable. So this Paul, he claims to have spent his time working on making ingredients specifically mentioned vitamin C more efficacious and more efficient, as if SkinCeuticals and 100,000 million other brands and companies haven't spent time on this. And looking at his vitamin C formula, it looks very similar to The Ordinary. Actually, if you search for dupes for it, the Geek and Gorgeous Sea Glow is a very close dupe to it. Very close dupe. And it costs $92. Okay, $92. And then after you pay for taxes, that's got to be at least $100. So it's $90+, very, very similar to other ones such as The Ordinary. The basic ingredients are very similar to the ascorbic acid from The Ordinary, the serum version with propanolol in it, and also very similar to the one from Geek and Gorgeous. So, quote from the interview with him. So he said, why did he start this? What I did have was a clear sense of what I found to be frustrating about ascorbic acid delivery vehicles I personally used. I focused on achieving 3 things in formulating a vitamin C serum. Making it waterless to increase stability, making it completely solubilized in order to avoid a gritty, sandy texture, and 3, ensuing I could achieve this with ascorbic acid concentration of 15% and greater. There's a gazillion other formulas that have done this exact same thing with a waterless formula. The Ordinary has done it, and the serum I'm talking about with The Ordinary doesn't have a gritty feeling or anything. There's a lot of dupes that are very similar to this that have hit all of those. And the biggest thing is these brands don't want to manufacture it frequently. So if they get a stable waterless formula, they can do a one and done run on it and charge 90-some bucks for it. And then 2 years do another run of it. Instead of what other brands like Geek and Gorgeous have done, where a water formula is great because it's light, the texture is great, it absorbs quickly. They manufacture theirs once a week. And no other brand that I've seen, well, there's a few other ones, but not many other brands that I've seen have committed to manufacturing theirs weekly. And instead, it's easier to say, hey, this is a waterless formula. I can manufacture this once a year, run it through, and be done instead of spending the time and resources it takes to manufacture it regularly, like Geek and Gorgeous, Timeless, Dr. Brenner. Geek and Gorgeous is the only one I know for a fact does it once a week. The other brands probably do it once a month or something like that. But it's not really about the customer as much as manufacturer making the most profits they can. Manufacturing weekly isn't very profitable because you have to set up the labs and do it all once a week, as opposed to just doing it once and be done for a year and just continue to sell the product until it expires, until it's no good. Anyway, so it's not like SkinCeuticals hasn't done a ton of research on this. And I mean, their product is really expensive too, but you can get good ones and you don't have to spend $90-some. The Geek and Gorgeous one is about $12, and now in the US the shipping is very affordable. So in my opinion, this is a clear money grab brand. We don't need more skincare brands at all. We don't need more influencers at all. We just need people to use their common sense and their gut when it comes to shopping. Next up is Dr. Laura Devgan Beauty. And, excuse me, Ike has entered the room. Dr. Laura Devgan Beauty. So this brand came to Sephora, maybe 2 years ago, I want to say. And their products are, I think their lip serums are $60, the most affordable ones, and their retinol is $300 for their retinol, which has a 100% identical product to a brand called Dr. Angela Strum, which is no relation to Dr. Barbara Strum from what I can tell. And Dr. Angela Strum's identical retinol is $100. But they're probably made by the exact same white label manufacturer. It's very easy. If you don't know anything about skincare and you want to start up a brand and don't really want to put any effort, thoughts, much into it, much investment into it, much research into it, you just there's tons of white label manufacturers out there. You just contact them. You say, hey, I want a vitamin C serum, and they make it up. And then what the added value you make is you make the packaging pretty, and then people want to buy it and market it well. So they literally treating their customers like complete idiots, like we can't figure this out, that your $300 retinol serum is not any better, and in fact less effective than other ones I can get, such as Beauty of Joseon or Altrino. None of these are near $300. It's ridiculous. Dr. Laura Devgan also has an advanced recovery cream, which is identical to a more affordable one from the brand Dermatology, or DRMTLGY. I mean, come on. You're treating us like we're idiots, like we can't figure this out. So I find it disgusting to white label something. They're probably spending $3 on each product and then selling it for $300. It's ridiculous. I'm offended that Sephora even brought some of these brands to their platform. I think it's very disrespectful to their customers to treat us like fools. Next up, there's a couple obvious ones. Herbivore, making a bakuchiol serum that doesn't contain bakuchiol. And then after it kind of came out that there's no bakuchiol, what did they do? They made a mini version. What? I mean, seriously, it's like you're doubling down on the fact that you think we're idiots. So I'm offended. Not only did they double down, but they created a mini version right after that. Had they not done that, it's like, okay, maybe they're just going to get rid of their stock, maybe clearance it out, get rid of it. They didn't do that. They doubled down and made a mini version of it. What the heck? So that's offensive to me. Mario Badescu, I continue to try and pass this message around. I wish everyone knew. If everyone watched my channel, they'd all know. But Mario Badescu's brand, steroids and skincare, need I say more? And those steroids were very strong steroids that really messed people's skin up for years, requiring intensive treatments. They got paid out a lot of money, thankfully, but their pain and suffering for dealing with inflamed, irritated, screaming skin for years after using the steroids you intentionally put in your product and didn't disclose it, which were prescriptions that you shouldn't have been able to even put in there, is ridiculous and disgusting. I find it horrible that Sephora sells that brand. I can't believe the brand is still in existence, and I'm getting fired up. And last but not least, Proven Skincare. This brand launched at Sephora, I want to say, early this year, 2003 early. This brand, it kind of looks like it might be exiting from Sephora because now they only have one product listed, which is a set. But this brand has a particularly bad reputation on a lot of platforms such as Trustpilot and Reddit. They used to run their own website, and apparently they were not very helpful to the customers. Customers were tried to cancel their order immediately after placing it, or some customers never got their package delivered and they refused to help them out. Some people never in total received their orders at all from them. Other issues, including their reviews at Trustpilot, include many customers complain of serious reactions to their products. And Trustpilot, it's a site people go to vent, but apparently these reviews weren't being posted anywhere else. So they went to Reddit or Trustpilot to post it because Proven Skincare would delete those reviews. The brand also refuses to stand behind their product by refusing returns or refunds on any level. If you think you're making a good product, you would stand by it. Like, hey, if it didn't work for you, return it. You know what? It didn't work for you. That's okay. The next person will be great for. I know it. But if you don't stand behind your product, you don't take returns or refunds. Naturium kind of looking at you there. Anyway, so Proven Skincare and another ridiculously priced brand that is, it's stupid. I've got a few brands at Sephora quickly that I do think are worth checking out. Some of these might not be the most affordable, but they're certainly not $300 because I wouldn't be buying it. So you don't necessarily have to buy any of these, but I just thought, if I'm going to talk about 5 that you shouldn't try, I'll give you 5 alternatives that are worth trying. Paula's Choice, not every product's a winner. Their products are getting more expensive, but they're certainly not $300. And a lot of their products are very good for sensitive skin. So Paula's Choice, I think, is still worth trying. I'm not as in love with the brand as I was back when it was actually owned by Paula, but they're still much better than some of these white label things or steroids and things like that. Summer Fridays, they started out on a little rocky note because they released some masks that had some fragrance in it, but since then they've really, for the most part, gone the fragrance-free sensitive skin route, which is nice to see. So, and they're a little bit more affordable. Skin Fix, they're getting more expensive, but again, nowhere near some of the prices these other ones, and most of their products are very good for sensitive skin and very effective, and some of their body and face lotions are amazing. Glossier, another good brand with some nice products. They're not the most exciting brand, but they are very affordable, cruelty-free, and they make a lot of nice options for most people. And then last but not least, Biossance has some really nice stuff. They can be hit or miss when it comes to fragrance, but most of the time they're very friendly for sensitive skin. And they're a little bit pricey, but they have a lot of nice options. So in my opinion, those are 5 brands that are much better, more deserving of your money than some of these brands, which a lot of them are just blatant cash grabs. Anyway, so that matter of fact one really gets me worked up. I mean, it's like you're talking like you've done some crazy invention or something when you really haven't. And SkinCeuticals really paved the way with vitamin C, and then to come in and talking like you're close to them or better than them is ridiculous. So anyway, my thoughts today. Interested hearing from you guys. If there's any other brands you think are worth mentioning, leave a comment. Love hearing from you, and stay tuned for more tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, guys. Oh, here's Ike sleeping. Da-da-da-da. He's a baby. Okay, bye, guys.